Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to imagine a ship in the middle of the ocean. No direction, no captain, just drifting wherever the waves decide to take it. That ship represents a life without focus. A life spent worrying about what everyone else is doing instead of steering your own course. Now, let me ask you something. When was the last time you gave yourself permission to focus on you? Not your job, not your friends, not what they're saying about you on social media. You, your dreams, your goals, your growth. Focusing on yourself is one of the most powerful decisions you will ever make. It is not a selfish act, it is an essential one. Many people confuse self-focus with selfishness, as though turning your energy inward means ignoring or neglecting the needs of others. That couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, when you prioritize yourself, when you take the time to invest in your growth, your mental clarity, and your overall well-being, you become a better version of yourself, not just for your own benefit, but for everyone around you. The truth is simple. You cannot give to others what you do not first cultivate within yourself. Think about the concept of an empty cup. If your cup is empty, you have nothing left to give. You can try, of course. You can stretch yourself thin, pushing past your limits, pouring out every last drop of energy and effort into others. But what happens when the cup runs dry? What happens when you're exhausted, burned out, and left with nothing for yourself? You can't help others if you're running on empty. And yet, that's what so many people try to do. They put their energy into their jobs, their relationships, their families, and their friends, but they neglect the most important person in their life themselves. Focusing on yourself means recognizing that your needs matter. It means understanding that your growth, happiness, and fulfillment are not optional, they are foundational. When you focus on yourself, you build a strong foundation that allows you to navigate life's challenges with resilience and clarity. You create a solid base from which you can support others, not out of obligation or exhaustion, but out of genuine abundance. But this process requires intentionality. It requires you to step back and evaluate where your energy is going. Are you spending your time and effort on things that truly matter to you? Or are you caught up in a cycle of pleasing others, meeting external expectations, and chasing validation? Focusing on yourself means breaking free from those patterns. It means reclaiming your energy and redirecting it toward your own goals, dreams, and well-being. This shift can feel uncomfortable at first. Society often glorifies self-sacrifice, painting it as the ultimate expression of love and care. But real care, real love starts with you. If you don't take care of yourself, if you don't prioritize your own needs, how can you expect to show up fully for others? How can you be the partner, parent, friend, or leader you want to be if you're constantly running on fumes? Focusing on yourself is not about abandoning your responsibilities. It's about fulfilling them more effectively by ensuring that you are in the best possible position to do so. When you focus on yourself, you give yourself the space to grow. Growth doesn't happen by accident. It requires effort, attention, and reflection. It means taking the time to understand who you are, what you want, and what you need to thrive. It means setting boundaries to protect your energy and saying no to things that drain you. It means being honest with yourself about what is and isn't working in your life. And most importantly, it means committing to making changes where necessary, even when those changes are difficult. Focusing on yourself also means embracing self-care, not just the surface-level kind that's about relaxation and indulgence, but the deeper, more meaningful kind. True self-care is about making choices that support your long-term well-being. It's about eating foods that nourish your body, getting enough sleep, moving your body in ways that feel good, and taking care of your mental health. It's about creating a life that aligns with your values and brings you joy. These aren't luxuries, they are necessities. One of the greatest gifts of focusing on yourself is that it allows you to show up more authentically in every area of your life. When you invest in yourself, you gain clarity about who you are and what you stand for. You stop living for others' approval and start living in alignment with your own values. This authenticity not only benefits you, but also inspires those around you. When you are at your best, you uplift others by example. You become a source of strength, encouragement, and inspiration, not because you're trying to be, but because your focus on yourself naturally radiates outward. This is why focusing on yourself is not selfish. It's one of the most generous things you can do. It creates a ripple effect that touches everyone you encounter. When you prioritize your own well-being, you are better equipped to be present, patient, and compassionate. You have more to give because you are giving from a place of abundance, not scarcity. Focusing on yourself is about recognizing your worth. It's about understanding that you deserve the same care, attention, and effort that you give so freely to others. It's about realizing that by filling your own cup, you are not only enriching your own life, but also creating the capacity to enrich the lives of those around you. It's not selfish, it's essential. And it's time to give yourself permission to do it. In today's world, distractions and comparisons are everywhere. They surround us, infiltrate our thoughts, and pull our attention away from what truly matters, our own path. Everywhere you look, someone is showcasing their highlight reel. Social media bombards us with images of success, beauty, and perfection. Conversations are filled with subtle and sometimes not so subtle comparisons, judgments, and opinions. The world has created an environment where it's easy to lose focus on yourself and become consumed with what everyone else is doing. But here's the truth: focusing on distractions and comparisons will derail your life faster than any obstacle ever could. Distractions are sneaky. They often come disguised as opportunities or entertainment, promising momentary satisfaction or relief. They whisper to you, just scroll for 5 more minutes or watch 1 more episode. Before you know it, hours are gone, time you could have spent working toward your goals, improving yourself, or simply finding peace. The problem with distractions is not just that they steal your time, they scatter your energy. They divide your focus so much that you're left feeling drained and unproductive, wondering where your day went. Every time you give in to a distraction, you're choosing to delay your progress, and those delays add up. Comparisons are just as dangerous. The more you look at what others are doing, the more you lose sight of your own journey. You begin to measure your worth based on someone else's accomplishments. You see their success and start questioning your own. You see their strengths and begin doubting your abilities. You see their lives and feel like yours isn't good enough. But what you fail to realize is that you're comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. You're seeing the end result of their efforts without knowing the struggles, sacrifices, or failures that led them there. When you focus on what others are doing, you rob yourself of the energy you need to move forward. You become so consumed with their progress that you forget to make your own. And here's the irony: the time and effort you spend comparing yourself to others could have been used to improve yourself. The mental space you waste envying someone else's life could have been used to build your own. The antidote to this is simple but not easy. You must learn to ignore distractions and comparisons. This doesn't mean you shut yourself off from the world or live in isolation. It means you train your mind to stay focused on what matters most: your goals, your values, and your growth. It means you become intentional about where you place your energy and attention. The first step in ignoring distractions is recognizing them for what they are. Distractions are anything that pulls you away from your priorities. They can be external, like social media, TV, or unnecessary obligations. But they can also be internal, like negative thoughts, procrastination, or fear. To overcome distractions, you must become clear about your priorities. What is it that you truly want to achieve? What are the goals that matter most to you? Once you identify those, you can start filtering out anything that doesn't align with them. Ignoring comparisons requires a shift in mindset. You have to understand that someone else's success is not your failure. Their journey has nothing to do with yours. They are walking their path, and you are walking yours. And both are valid. Instead of comparing, start celebrating. Celebrate their victories without letting them diminish your own. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it may seem. And most importantly, stay focused on your unique journey. Remember, you don't have to match someone else's pace. Life is not a race, it's a marathon, and you're running your own. Another powerful way to overcome distractions and comparisons is by practicing gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have. It grounds you in the present moment and reminds you of the blessings in your life. When you're grateful for your progress, your strengths, and your opportunities, you're less likely to be swayed by external noise. Gratitude creates a sense of abundance, making it easier to stay focused on your path. It's also crucial to set boundaries. Boundaries protect your time, energy, and mental space from being drained by unnecessary distractions. This might mean limiting your time on social media, saying no to commitments that don't align with your goals, or distancing yourself from people who bring negativity or encourage unhealthy comparisons. Boundaries are not about shutting people out, they're about creating space for what truly matters. Ignoring distractions and comparisons is about reclaiming your focus. It's about choosing to direct your energy toward what moves you forward instead of what holds you back. It's about recognizing that the only person you should be comparing yourself to is the person you were yesterday. The only competition that matters is the one between who you are and who you have the potential to become. Your time is precious. Your energy is finite. Don't waste it on distractions and comparisons. Invest it in yourself, your growth, and your future. When you learn to tune out the noise and focus on your own path, you'll discover a sense of clarity, purpose, and fulfillment that no external validation can ever provide. The journey is yours, own it. Discipline over comfort is a principle that separates those who achieve their goals from those who merely dream about them. It's the choice to prioritize what needs to be done over what feels good in the moment. Comfort is tempting, it's warm, familiar, and easy, but comfort, while appealing, doesn't lead to growth. Discipline, on the other hand, demands effort, consistency, and perseverance. It pushes you to go beyond your limits, to do what's necessary even when it's inconvenient or uncomfortable. And it's this discipline that lays the foundation for success. The path to any significant achievement is not lined with comfort. It is paved with hard work, sacrifice, and a relentless commitment to keep going when things get tough. Comfort keeps you stagnant. It tricks you into believing you're fine just where you are. It whispers to you, take it easy, there's always tomorrow, but discipline counters that voice with urgency. Discipline says, do it now, because tomorrow is never guaranteed. Discipline keeps you moving forward, step by step, even when progress feels slow or invisible. What makes discipline so powerful is that it transforms your habits. Habits are the building blocks of your life. They determine how you spend your time, how you respond to challenges, and ultimately who you become. Comfort leads to habits that are reactive, indulgent, and short-sighted. Discipline, on the other hand, creates habits that are intentional, productive, and aligned with your goals. When you choose discipline, you're not just making a decision for today, you're shaping your future. But discipline is not something you're born with, it's something you build. It starts with small, consistent choices. It's waking up early to work on your goals, even when your bed feels warm and inviting. It's choosing to exercise when you'd rather sit on the couch. It's saying no to distractions, even when they seem more exciting than the task at hand. These small choices, repeated over time, compound into significant results. Discipline is a muscle, and like any muscle, it grows stronger with use. One of the greatest challenges of discipline is overcoming the voice in your head that tells you to quit. That voice will always be there, tempting you to take the easy way out. It will tell you that one skipped workout won't matter, that one missed deadline is no big deal, that one more hour of sleep is worth postponing your dreams. Discipline is about silencing that voice. It's about recognizing that every decision, no matter how small, either moves you closer to your goals or further away from them. Discipline requires a shift in perspective. Instead of focusing on the immediate discomfort, you focus on the long-term reward. It's easy to get caught up in the short-term sacrifices, waking up early, putting in extra effort, or staying consistent even when you don't feel like it. But when you remind yourself why you're doing it, when you keep your eyes on the bigger picture, those sacrifices start to feel less like burdens and more like investments. Every moment of discipline is an investment in your future self. It's also important to recognize that discipline is not about perfection. You will have days when you fall short, when you give in to comfort or fail to meet your own expectations. That's okay. Discipline is not about never making mistakes. It's about getting back up every time you do. It's about resilience, about having the strength to start again and the determination to keep going. The key is not to let one slip up derail your progress. Instead, use it as a lesson, a reminder of why you started in the first place. Discipline over comfort also means delaying gratification. It's understanding that the best things in life often take time. Success doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of months, years, or even decades of consistent effort. Comfort seeks instant results, a quick fix, an easy win. Discipline, however, embraces the process. It teaches you patience and persistence. It helps you appreciate the journey, not just the destination. Another critical aspect of discipline is accountability. When you hold yourself accountable for your actions, you reinforce your commitment to your goals. This can mean setting clear deadlines, tracking your progress, or even sharing your goals with someone you trust. Accountability creates a sense of responsibility, making it harder to give in to comfort. It reminds you that your actions have consequences, that every choice you make impacts your future. Ultimately, discipline over comfort is about choosing what you need over what you want. It's about prioritizing growth over ease, progress over stagnation, and purpose over pleasure. It's not always easy, and it's rarely fun in the moment, but it is always worth it. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's what turns dreams into reality, potential into achievement, and effort into success. Every day you're faced with a choice, discipline or comfort. One moves you closer to your goals, the other keeps you stuck where you are. The question is, which one will you choose? Competing only with yourself is a mindset that shifts your focus from external validation to internal growth. It's about recognizing that the person you were yesterday is your only true benchmark and that your progress is measured not by how you compare to others, but by how far you've come on your own journey. This perspective fosters self-awareness, resilience, and genuine personal development, rather than being driven by the endless and often toxic pursuit of being better than someone else. The problem with comparing yourself to others is that it's a game you can never truly win. No matter how successful, skilled, or accomplished you become, there will always be someone ahead of you in some way. Someone will always have more money, more recognition, more talent, or a seemingly better life. This cycle of comparison creates a mindset of scarcity, making you feel like you're constantly lacking no matter how much you achieve. It erodes your confidence and shifts your focus away from your unique path and potential. When you compete with yourself, you break free from this trap. Instead of focusing on what others are doing, you channel that energy into improving yourself. You set your own standards, define your own goals, and measure your progress based on your own growth. This is a far healthier and more sustainable approach to success because it allows you to celebrate your wins no matter how small without the shadow of comparison diminishing them. Competing with yourself begins with self-awareness. You have to take an honest look at where you are right now. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What areas of your life could use improvement? This process is not about judgment or criticism, it's about understanding. You cannot grow if you don't first acknowledge where you stand. Self-awareness gives you clarity about what matters to you and what you need to work on to become the best version of yourself. Once you have this clarity, the next step is setting goals that align with your own values and aspirations, not society's expectations or someone else's achievements. These goals should challenge you, but also be realistic and achievable. They should be rooted in your desire for self-improvement, not in a need to outdo someone else. When your goals are personal and meaningful, they become a source of intrinsic motivation, a drive that comes from within rather than from external pressures. Competing with yourself also requires embracing the process of growth. Progress is rarely linear, and it often involves setbacks, failures, and moments of doubt. When you're focused on your own journey, you're less likely to see these challenges as reasons to quit and more likely to view them as opportunities to learn and grow. You begin to understand that failure is not the opposite of success, but a necessary part of it. Each mistake, each obstacle becomes a stepping stone on your path to improvement. A critical aspect of competing with yourself is celebrating your progress. Too often, people overlook their accomplishments because they're too busy comparing them to someone else's. When you stop doing that, you create space to appreciate how far you've come. Did you do better today than you did yesterday? Did you make a decision that aligned with your values? Did you take a small step towards your goal? These are victories, and they deserve to be acknowledged. Celebrating your progress keeps you motivated and reminds you that growth is happening, even if it feels slow at times. Competing only with yourself also fosters resilience. When you're focused on your own journey, external opinions and judgments lose their power over you. You're no longer swayed by what others think or say because you understand that their views have no bearing on your progress. This resilience allows you to stay the course, even when the path gets tough or when others doubt you. It gives you the strength to keep moving forward no matter what obstacles come your way. Another important element is the ability to set and reset your benchmarks. As you grow and achieve your goals, your standards for yourself will naturally evolve. Competing with yourself means constantly raising the bar not to an impossible height, but to a level that pushes you just enough to keep improving. This mindset ensures that you're always striving for growth, no matter how much you've already accomplished. Perhaps the most liberating aspect of competing only with yourself is that it allows you to define success on your own terms. Success is not about being the best in the room, it's about being the best version of yourself. It's about living a life that aligns with your values, pursuing goals that bring you fulfillment, and growing into the person you were meant to be. When you embrace this definition of success, you free yourself from the pressure to conform to external standards or to keep up with others. Competing with yourself is an act of self-love. It's about valuing your own journey enough to stay focused on it, regardless of what others are doing. It's about recognizing that you are enough not because you've outdone someone else, but because you're committed to becoming the best version of yourself. When you adopt this mindset, you stop seeing life as a competition against others and start seeing it as an opportunity for continuous growth and self-discovery. And that is where true fulfillment lies. The art of setting boundaries is one of the most empowering and transformative practices you can adopt in your life. Boundaries are not about keeping people out or building walls. They are about creating a space where you can thrive, protect your energy, and maintain control over your life. They define what is acceptable and what isn't. Not just in how others treat you, but also in how you manage your time, energy, and focus. Setting boundaries is an act of self-respect, and it's essential for your mental, emotional, and even physical well-being. In today's fast-paced and interconnected world, boundaries are more important than ever. Without them, it's easy to get overwhelmed, overcommitted, and burned out. People will always have demands on your time and energy, whether it's work, family, friends, or even strangers. If you don't establish clear boundaries, you'll find yourself constantly giving in to others' needs at the expense of your own. This can lead to resentment, exhaustion, and a feeling of losing control over your life. Boundaries help you reclaim that control and prioritize what truly matters to you. Setting boundaries begins with understanding yourself. You have to be clear about your values, priorities, and limits. What are the things that are non-negotiable in your life? What are the things that drain your energy or make you feel disrespected? This level of self-awareness is crucial because you can't set effective boundaries if you don't know what you need or want. Take time to reflect on what's important to you and what you're willing to tolerate. This clarity will give you the confidence to enforce your boundaries when the time comes. One of the biggest challenges people face when setting boundaries is the fear of disappointing others. Many people are conditioned to believe that saying no is selfish or rude, but this couldn't be further from the truth. Saying no is not about rejecting others, it's about honoring yourself. It's about recognizing that your time and energy are limited resources, and you have the right to decide how to spend them. When you say no to things that don't align with your priorities, you're saying yes to yourself and to the things that truly matter. Enforcing boundaries requires courage and consistency. It's one thing to set a boundary, but it's another to stick to it, especially when others push back. People may not always respect your boundaries immediately, especially if they're used to you being overly accommodating. They may test you, guilt you, or even criticize you for standing your ground. But this is where your strength comes in. Remember that you're not responsible for others' reactions. You're only responsible for honoring your boundaries. The more consistent you are, the more others will learn to respect your limits. Boundaries are not just about saying no to others. They're also about saying no to yourself when necessary. This might mean setting limits on your own habits or behaviors that aren't serving you. For example, you might need to set boundaries around how much time you spend on social media, how often you procrastinate, or how late you stay up at night. Self-discipline is a form of boundary setting, and it's just as important as managing your interactions with others. When you set boundaries for yourself, you create structure and accountability in your life, which helps you stay focused and productive. Another important aspect of boundaries is communication. Boundaries are only effective if they're clearly communicated. This doesn't mean you have to be confrontational or aggressive. It simply means being honest and direct. Use statements to express your needs, such as "I need some time to focus on this project," or "I'm not available to take on additional responsibilities right now." Clear communication removes ambiguity and makes it easier for others to understand and respect your boundaries. It also sets a tone of mutual respect, which can strengthen your relationships in the long run. Boundaries also protect your energy. Think of your energy as a precious resource that needs to be conserved and directed toward what matters most. Every time you say yes to something that drains you, you're taking away energy that could have been used for your goals, passions, or well-being. Setting boundaries helps you avoid this energy leakage. It allows you to be more intentional about where you invest your time and effort. When your energy is protected, you're better able to show up fully for the things and people that matter most to you. It's also important to remember that boundaries are flexible and can evolve over time. What works for you today may not work for you tomorrow. And that's okay. Life is dynamic, and your boundaries should adapt to reflect your changing needs and priorities. Regularly reassess your boundaries and make adjustments as necessary. This might mean tightening some boundaries or loosening others, depending on your circumstances. The key is to stay in tune with yourself and make changes that support your growth and well-being. Lastly, setting boundaries is not about shutting people out. It's about creating healthy, balanced relationships. When you establish boundaries, you're teaching others how to treat you and showing them that you respect yourself. This can inspire mutual respect and even improve your relationships. People who genuinely care about you will appreciate and honor your boundaries because they understand that they're essential for your well-being. And for those who don't respect your boundaries, their reaction is a reflection of them, not you. Setting boundaries is one of the most empowering things you can do for yourself. It's an act of self-love and self-respect that creates space for you to grow, thrive, and live a life aligned with your values. It allows you to protect your energy, prioritize your goals, and build healthier, more balanced relationships. Boundaries are not just rules, they're tools for creating a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. When you set and honor your boundaries, you're taking a stand for your worth and declaring to the world and to yourself that you deserve to live on your own terms. Investing in yourself is one of the most powerful and rewarding decisions you can ever make. It's not about being selfish or self-absorbed. It's about understanding that your growth, skills, and well-being are the foundation for everything you do in life. When you pour time, energy, and resources into your personal development, you increase your capacity to succeed, contribute, and thrive. The benefits of self-investment ripple outward, impacting not only your own life, but also the lives of those around you. Investing in yourself begins with a mindset shift. Many people hesitate to prioritize themselves because they feel guilty or believe they should be focused solely on others. But the truth is, you can't pour from an empty cup. When you neglect your own needs, whether physical, emotional, or intellectual, you diminish your ability to give your best to anything or anyone else. Self-investment is not selfish, it's necessary. It's the foundation that allows you to build a fulfilling life and meaningful relationships. Education is one of the most critical forms of self-investment. This doesn't necessarily mean going back to school or earning formal degrees, though those can be valuable. It's about continuously learning and expanding your knowledge. Read books, take courses, attend workshops, or find a mentor who can guide you. In today's fast-paced world, the skills that got you here may not be the ones that take you to the next level. Staying curious and committed to lifelong learning ensures that you remain adaptable and relevant no matter how the world changes. In addition to education, investing in your skills is essential. Whether it's honing a talent you already possess or developing a new ability, your skills are assets that can open doors and create opportunities. Take the time to practice, improve, and refine what you're good at. If you're a writer, write more. If you're a speaker, seek opportunities to present. If you're an entrepreneur, learn about new strategies to grow your business. Every effort you put into developing your skills adds to your value, not only in the marketplace, but also in your own self-esteem. Physical health is another vital area of self-investment. Your body is your vehicle for experiencing life, and taking care of it should be a top priority. This doesn't mean striving for perfection or following the latest fitness trends. It means adopting habits that support your well-being. Exercise regularly, eat nourishing foods, get enough sleep, and listen to your body's needs. When you feel strong and healthy, you're better equipped to tackle challenges, pursue your goals, and enjoy life to its fullest. Emotional and mental well-being are just as important as physical health. Invest in practices that nurture your mind and spirit. This might include meditation, journaling, therapy, or spending time in nature. Learn to manage stress, process your emotions, and cultivate a positive mindset. Building emotional resilience not only helps you navigate life's ups and downs, but also enhances your relationships and overall happiness. When you invest in your mental health, you gain clarity, focus, and a sense of inner peace that allows you to perform at your best. Financial literacy is another key area of self-investment. Understanding how to manage, save, and grow your money empowers you to create a secure and stable future. Take the time to learn about budgeting, investing, and financial planning. Set goals for your financial well-being and work toward them consistently. When you have control over your finances, you reduce stress and open up more opportunities to pursue your dreams. Financial independence gives you the freedom to make choices that align with your values and priorities. Self-investment also means nurturing your passions and creativity. Life is not just about work and responsibilities, it's also about joy and self-expression. Make time for the things that light you up, whether it's painting, playing an instrument, writing poetry, or exploring a new hobby. These activities feed your soul and remind you of the beauty and richness of life. When you invest in your passions, you create a sense of fulfillment and happiness that spills over into every other aspect of your life. Another important aspect of self-investment is building strong relationships. While this might seem outwardly focused, it starts with you. Work on your communication skills, emotional intelligence, and ability to set boundaries. Surround yourself with people who uplift, inspire, and challenge you to grow. Healthy relationships are a source of support, encouragement, and inspiration, but they require effort and intention. By investing in your own ability to connect and relate to others, you create a network of relationships that enrich your life. Time management is a critical yet often overlooked form of self-investment. Time is your most precious resource, and how you use it determines the quality of your life. Learn to prioritize your goals and eliminate distractions. Develop habits and routines that support productivity and balance. When you invest in managing your time effectively, you create space for the things that truly matter. Whether it's pursuing your dreams, spending time with loved ones, or simply enjoying moments of rest and reflection. Self-investment requires self-reflection. Take the time to regularly assess where you are and where you want to go. Are you living in alignment with your values and goals? Are there areas where you've been neglecting yourself? Self-reflection helps you identify what's working, what's not, and what changes you need to make. It's a powerful tool for growth and self-improvement, allowing you to continually evolve into the best version of yourself. When you invest in yourself, you create a foundation of confidence, competence, and resilience that supports every area of your life. It's not just about achieving success, it's about becoming the person capable of sustaining and enjoying that success. Every step you take to improve yourself, no matter how small, is a step toward a brighter, more fulfilling future. And the best part is, the return on this investment is immeasurable. You are your greatest asset, and the time and energy you spend on your growth will always pay off in ways you never imagined. Investing in yourself is the most valuable decision you can make. It empowers you to grow, improve, and create a fulfilling life. By focusing on your education, health, skills, emotional well-being, and relationships, you build a strong foundation for success. The time and effort you put into your personal development will yield endless rewards, making you the best version of yourself, capable of achieving everything you desire.